Hey guys, NatterJack110 here, and welcome to Tuesday's Reviews. I thought we'd check out Nova. What you can expect from this series is that I'm going to take warframes or weapons, gadgets, and tools into the simulacrum and give kind of a breakdown of what they do. I'm not going to go terribly in depth to statistics and number differences and what is better on paper. However, I will be giving just the general feel and strengths and weaknesses of the warframes, weapons, gadgets, and tools. So let's get right into things. Now there are a couple things you can do with Nova. You can do a general strength build, which is good for nuking rooms as efficiently as possible. And you can also do a speed Nova, where the strength is negative in power, which makes them, instead from going slower from her molecular prime, they'll run faster, which basically allows you to farm XP grinds faster. However, for the purposes of this review, I'm mostly going to be sticking to the rounded out build. Alright, so we've summoned in some troops. I've paused their AI so that they won't do anything at the moment. We've got some lancers, we've got some gunners, and we've got some butchers. Now, the butchers are going to be the most lightly armored target, which will be easier for me to demonstrate with her lower damaging abilities. These guys are going to be our medium damage test dummies, and these guys are for the nuke. So, right off the bat, her first ability will summon little stars around her that'll go and fly towards the nearest enemy. They're not terribly damaging. However, they can, as you see, two-shot these guys, and they dealt hefty amounts of damage even to that person. So her first ability, while not entirely strong for endgame content, is pretty effective at keeping the pesky little guys away. I kind of realize that I need to get higher level people if I'm going to be doing this right. Alright, here we are back with some fresh meat for the grinder. So these guys are level 60, so let's use her first ability on them again. So as we can see, not terribly effective against higher armored targets. If we go to the back where we'll be able to hit these arid heavy gunners, we'll be able to see that they're even less effective against their armor. Really just a tickle. Even that slash proc didn't deal a whole lot of damage. Her second ability is antimatter drop. It's a highly explosive charge that you can send out and shoot full of ammunition to make it deal more damage. Right off the bat, it doesn't deal a whole lot. Not a whole lot of damage. It can do some radiation procs, but still not a whole lot. However, instead of just simply letting it go, you can cast it, plug it full of ammunition, and then attach it. As you can see, it's significantly more effective. I gotta get more fresh meat. Alright, now her third ability is a travel ability. It doesn't really deal any damage, unless for some reason if an enemy does happen to walk through it, I don't really know where they go, they just kind of disappear into nothingness. So upon casting it, there's this rectangular gateway, and it shows where it takes you at the end. So if you just hop through, it'll instantaneously transport you to the end destination. Now, you can have multiple wormholes open at once. They appear to be limited by the amount of people they can transport, as well as an undistinguished timer. They will disappear after a short while, and you can't really tell because there isn't a notifier letting you know. They can be teleported through from either side. which can be quite useful for trolling or treadmills. As you can see, if we jump straight up through a wormhole, now her final and probably most prized ability is called Molecular Prime. What it does is it sends a cloud of energy billowing outwards, and enemies within the affected range are primed. No, not like our Warframes. Now, upon shooting at them, they will receive 2 times the amount of damage and explode in a radius, dealing damage. As you see, since I shot that guy, this one died because he took too much damage. One of the best combos is doing Molecular Prime and then casting Antimatter Drop. As you can see, it killed everyone and even left these two at just slivers of health, ready to be picked off. Now, to show the extremity of this, I'm going to go to my strength build. We also got my fashion frame to start working. Molecular Prime. Alright, let's see what one shot to the head with Molecular Prime would do. Okay. Fair bit of damage. It's pretty good. Now, the enemies will not remain Molecular Primed forever. However, it will be quite long. You can see, quite effective, even though the impact range was only right over there. Now, the ability gets stronger the more people you have, because the more people you have, the more chain reactions and the more explosions. So, let's turn these enemies' AI back on, and let's get a couple more. Alright, now I've simulated these guys, so I'm going to get their attention. Let's just Molecular Prime the entire mess. You'll notice they're going extremely slow. This affects their fire rate, their swing speed, their stupid roller balls. It's a pretty useful ability. Now, if I were to just go over here, do that, see that instantaneously across the map, people start dying. It's incredibly effective at clearing out rooms with tough enemies. It makes higher level enemies really quite easy to kill. Alright guys, thanks so much for watching and checking out the Warframe reviews. I hope to catch you all next time.